What are we rolling?
Fighterman's or Monk? Right now I'm doing Fighterman's though, just to make it quick.
You want me to find a model, or do you have one?
Oh, I'll just still use. Can use Ginger Snap and make it easy. I'm just re-rolling that character sheet to be a fighter.
Oh, okay. Cool.
I forgot that I named my character Loud Trumpet Sounds. I love that.
Okay, this is accurate, known as Loud Trumpet Sounds.
This like little map in the corner of tokens that don't appear to actually, like, I don't know what they are, but it's a dragonborn.
Is it like a 2D flat one? Is that what you're looking at?
Yeah, it's like an overhead. Is that us?
Yeah, just X out of that.
Okay. I didn't know if that was like any benefit to having that like in relation to each other or what. But
there is if you're in like an aerial combat kind of situation.
Okay.
That
Gotcha.
way you can see yourself in perspective, like in both perspectives. But
cool.
As far as what we're doing, you can just get rid of it. If you like press Shift T, it gives you a top down, and it'll like orient you like what you're used to seeing.
Okay, cool.
If you ever get lost, that's a big one. A Shift T.
This is sick, man.
It's pretty cool.
It's freaking cool. As long as it doesn't like ridiculously bog down a computer.
The guy says that the guy says that it's only about 10% more intensive than Foundry Core.
Okay.
I've even heard him talk about reducing maps to less than their 2D counterparts at times.
Yeah,
He's got some sort of algorithm or way that he can do it to make it real smooth.
Well, if everything's pre-rendered, it just has to do the hard work in the beginning.
Yeah, pretty much. And there's a lot of, like, when you add Fog of War, that'll add a lot of performance increase.
Right.
So I'm just going to use it. It's not going to be like an all-the-time thing, but it's going to be like for battle situations. As you will see, terrain makes a difference.
Yeah, if you do like just for battles, like that's so cool. I mean, you're getting just that much closer to, fucking LARPing at that point. Like,
I know, right? Well, the fucked up thing is, well, not fucked up. The cool thing is that there's a lot of animated tokens that the same guy is kind of working with another guy to develop. So, and I'll be able to run macros, or the players will be able to run macros. So your like character will like actually swing its sword, or like draw its sword, or like fire the arrow, or whatever.
This is, oh my god, this is exactly like I'm getting the, hey, we just invented 3D chess in a virtual setting where like the queen strikes down the knight or whatever. There's like animation, but with D&D.
Yeah, totally.
Yep, I remember animated chess. That was a
So,
lot of fun.
is there a way for us to access the 3D playing field, or I'm probably missing something?
It should have loaded for you as 3D.
Oh, I haven't opened up the campaign or anything.
Oh,
so
yeah. Then why are you even asking? Get in the campaign.
Okay, I didn't know if it was a different program or anything.
No, it's Foundry. That's the point.
All right.
Like I can do this experience with Tabletop Simulator. I can do this experience with what's the other one? It's not Astro. It's anyway, there's a couple tabletops that will do this, but they're just so Tailspire. But they're so clunky and everybody's got to own it, and there's just a lot of problems with it. Being able to do it on Foundry it's a game changer. Ginger Snap, the Rune Knight should be good to go.
Okay. What's the link?
Just go to Foundry and it's like it just pops up.
It's the same one, foundryserver.com or headley.foundryserver. It's always the same for my games. No.
Jesus, this is so cool.
Did I see that I didn't miss Ravenloft last night?
Perfect.
Yeah,
you
we didn't play last night. I
Cool.
Just too
I'm
many
glad
things. I needed
Yeah, I'm glad I didn't miss something then.
I needed a mental health day.
So we've got a top down and the 3D view.
So get rid of the top down.
Okay.
I'll give everybody the controls again. So basically left is going to move you around wherever you want to go. If you hold right mouse button, it's going to pan back and forth. Mouse will go in and out. If you ever get like weird or whatever, just press Shift T and it'll give you a top down. And from there, you should be able to orient yourself again. So, and there are cool things, but they don't have it set up for like players. Like there's like spells and effects and shit. Here, let me show you this. And then I'll target all of you guys. You can, like,
Oh, wow. Oh, that's fucking cool.
You've created a real-time, like, late 1980s, early 1990s video game.
Yeah. This is Dungeon Siege, but you know.
It's so awesome.
we're just regressing.
Yeah, I mean,
along. And calling
Except
it
you can't
progress.
just you
But
can't
it's-
just right click on someone, say follow, and then just destroy everything. Just
Oh,
have
that'd
one
be
person
nice.
play the game.
How do you
Can we-
rotate your token?
Control mouse wheel rotates your token.
Control mouse.
I don't know that
What do you
the token. Yeah, you have to like click and drag them, but when you do, it automatically measures for you. And should you need to go in elevation while you have your token selected with your mouse, hold F and then use your mouse wheel, and you can do elevation. But it should automatically put you at whatever elevation you're going to. See if you go up the stairs, you go down the stairs.
Are there waypoints? Can you do waypoints?
No, you can't do
Okay.
waypoints yet. And I don't know that you can ping yet. I can ping, which is big and obnoxious.
You can see like the
okay.
little cursors of everyone though. There's like little dots dancing around.
Yeah.
Also, I got the turtle stuck in the stairs. Thank you.
Oh, that is.
Now we
that
gotta
is
scrap
so
this
cool.
all. Someone had a problem. Just scrap everything.
Yeah.
Oh, that's it.
All done.
Back to 2D.
We're done. Bye-bye. No.
But this is cool because it looks like it took the original 2D map and tried to make it 3D.
Somebody made this one 3D. This is who is it? Afternoon Maps. Yeah, this is an Afternoon Maps. Somebody took one of their existing maps and made it 3D, which I can kind of do in Blender, not as well as this. My brother can really do it. He's working on some stuff. But
That's
yeah,
awesome.
you can 3Dify any 2D map just with texture. You know what I mean? Bringing things up and lowering it down.
This is just. It blows me out
And
of the water. This is awesome.
And then I'm going to show you this scene, and then we'll start our game. But this is kind of what we're working with here.
Sorry, as we spend the first 30 minutes of the game just geeking out.
No, it's absolutely fine. I did it too. And I didn't enable the 3D on load for this because it is kind of big. But if you look, you'll see the cube on your tools there. It says toggle 3D mode. Click toggle 3D mode. And then
I
again,
don't have vision.
did it load?
Nope.
Yes, for me it did.
Yeah.
If you hit the cube,
Whoa.
yeah, you don't have vision because you're in a mountain. You log the
Move
cube,
around.
though. Yeah, if you log the cube though, then it comes to full 3D. Yeah, this is when you then actually have the 45 minutes of players squabbling about the actual positions because now we have terrain elevations, and so we're actually going to want to be on the ridge line to snipe the fools in the bottom and push rocks on them.
Yep.
Yeah, this is going to be fun.
Wow.
This is a real place
Jeez.
in the Netherlands.
Yeah, I would say I know they have like scans of all the national parks as well. Like I think like Yellowstone and some of like the Badlands and like
Oh, they sure
Rocklands and
do.
stuff.
My map inventory just became infinite.
You can just and that it's so amazing that you can just steal like a LiDAR map and just slap it in here now.
Yeah, that's exactly what I did. That's
Yeah.
exactly what I did.
That is
Time to invest in an
crazy.
18 terabyte hard drive.
Right.
Mhm.
I tell you what, but not really. This whole map, if I were to render it in the 2D, like with walls and everything, it would cost me, I bet, 20 megabytes. It's like a meg and a half. It's not big
Is
at
it-
all.
It's
It only
not
skin
costing.
stitches the color, and then the rest is just black
Yeah,
void.
and it's kind of weird. You have to have your own folder for each scene because there's a set of textures that come with them, and it reads those textures. And yeah, that's why it's only like 10% more like hard on Foundry or whatever. And a lot of modules aren't compatible, so I turned them off. So I'm probably running a lot lighter than I usually do.
I mean, my graphics card's only running at 40%, so it's pretty light load.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So it's not a big issue like performance wise. I'm glad everybody's able to like scroll around and cruise and just
And
able to see without any problems.
And then the
Yeah,
next step
it's-
is that they allow you to do this on like a VR headset, and then you actually LARP your character.
Oh
There-
god. That'd be
There was
freaking
Tavern
crazy.
Tales.
Yeah.
Tavern Tales is one that was going to do that with the Quest, I think.
Maybe. Then
But-
Flip can really be the omnipotent evil DM that makes us actually shit our pants by dropping something in our faces.
There was another project too that I was looking at where it was
Well, this one doesn't
Pretty
even have a
much.
skybox, so I fucked that up.
like you jump into your character and the GM just jumps around into whomever.
That's awesome.
But
I mean, skybox or no skybox, this looks like the DM just plopped a battle map in front of us that's like fully.
Yeah.
I don't think it can get better than this.
And this is actually easier for you because on the other ones you have to set all the doorways and stuff, but this comes pre-gened with all the textures on it, right? As far as like that's a wall, that's a depression, so you don't have to map that.
Yeah, I don't have to do shit.
That's
Like my map time, it significantly reduced, but there's other considerations. I don't have the token base that I do for the 3D token, so I'm spending a lot more time on like characters now, which is not a
True.
bad thing. Let me just put
I
a dust.
can only imagine though that there's not a lot of 3D.
well, actually, Haurika Rockbeckner is she's a very old dwarf. She brags about her kids nonstop. In fact, she's probably bragging about it on the trip about some of them. So, she's very old. She just recently lost her husband to a heart attack, and was going out to go tell all of her kids when she got sucked into the mist.
Damn.
that's a story.
That's
Wow. Okay.
That is so
emotional
horrible.
damage.
Tragic backstory.
I kind of like it though. I like this
That's
idea
rad.
of just this like pissed off old lady who has a rolling pin in one hand, be like, "God damn it, I gotta get back to the kitchen. I had a pie in the oven, man."
Well, she has what I think 22 kids, so she had to travel all
Lord.
throughout the realm. Yeah, she was a participant of the Years of Thunder.
Hard drinking lady, more like hard something else lady. All right.
Well, when her husband came home with with that dirt in his hair from mining all day and
Yeah.
sweaty, she
He
just
came home all right.
it was time to put the kids to bed and it's time to get to work.
Yeah. Put the kids and him to bed.
And
All right,
then hi ho.
There we
Hi-ho.
go. Yeah, Pimish for you.
I like it.
Should we put our images in the chat or?
You can if you want. That's just one I happen to have of an old lady with a rolling pin that I actually played for a one shot one time.
Oh, that's
Her
good.
name was Kim.
I would have used that.
Slightly more orangish, but I mean, Ginger Snap is a orange-looking snapping turtle that wields a giant ship's anchor, and kind of as a joke, sort of how you would like scrimshaw into bone, but on a shell, kind of in the middle. He just has the phrase "Ginger Snap," not Gingerly, because he's a big bumbling turtle.
Nice.
Nice.
Um,
Talk of the kitty.
Taka is a kitty from Waterdeep that neither on the ethical side nor on the evil side. He's there to survive, and he enjoys helping people along the way.
So he's just actually a cat.
He's actually a cat. He don't care about anyone's business. He just wants to get shit done.
Yeah, people call him Tabaxi, but they just, they don't realize some wizard was playing tricks.
Mm-hmm. Well, good news. You're in the world's largest cat box.
Yep. I didn't see it that way, but it's one way to go about it.
Wuanu?
Wuanu is a red
Wuanu.
dragonborn barbarian. He's pretty quiet, pretty blunt at times, and he's sort of like that crude military humor. He sometimes, he was with his crew, his brethren, doing some training when he got sucked into this place, and he looks fondly back at when they would, kill creatures and bet on which way the blood would spurt, and they would do, the tipper game in the crotch and these kinds of just crude humor things.
So, yeah. We probably get along, because I did pick soldier background.
Same. Soldier background, so.
we'll play a game
Loud
again next
trumpet sounds. Who I
So
will refer to as LTS.
yeah, loud trumpet sounds is I mean, maybe you've already guessed. Dressed maybe not as conservatively as you might expect somebody who's a Loxodon, giant elephant type person. If you've ever experienced anyone from this race before, maybe they're a little bit quieter or a little bit more serene. He doesn't seem to be like that. He seems to be kind of out to have some fun. So, yeah, that's just maybe he seems to be kind of down with the earth and with animals, and he, kind of likes to talk to any animals that he sees, and he'll kind of speak to any birds that fly by. And
Why the fuck didn't you play this like in the game that we play together? This is the perfect fucking character to go yogurt, asshole.
This is pretty fucking fun.
would have been really cool, yeah.
Okay, I'm not
yeah.
mad now. TPK coming. No, I'm just kidding.
I now have a backup character.
Right.
Oh man.
Cool.
All right.
So you begin traveling. It is sandy. It is rocky. There are bits of sand stuck places that you don't even want to know after only about a mile. But it is not a very far journey to the place that you're going to, called the Lost Crescent. 4 miles. During that time, I imagine you would all talk about wanting to go home and food, and that there is no dwarven ale because the only thing in Harakir is rum and stiff rum. There's not even any variety of it. That is the only kind of alcohol that there is rum.
You add that to beer and it's dwarven ale?
Maybe. In real life. You start to come across these low set of hills and mountains. At first, 10 or 12 feet tall, able to see over these outcroppings. And then they start getting bigger and bigger until they start forming proper ridges. And walking along, you know that you are in the area of the Lost Crescent. looking for this literal diamond in the rough, this needle in 1,000 haystacks that has been left somewhere in Harakir, this tiny multifaceted gem. So whether you really think that you're looking or whether you're just kind of lolling around, I would like everyone to make a perception check for me as we go to the rocks in the sand. All right. LTS, probably it is your tallish nature, but you do start to hear some sounds of something coming from maybe over the ridge in front of you somewhere. You hear a couple rocks kind of fall off the cliff face as you swear you see this small kind of reddish head duck behind the crest.
So part characteristics of is that like animal noises? Like I can kind of interpret animal noises. Can I
like somebody moved off a rock shelf and a couple rocks were loosed.
Okay, so there's not actual voices, it's just movement.
Right.
Cool, cool, cool.
Is
So
he the
there's
only one
like
that sees this?
there's like people or things or something like over it, and I'll point to where it is, and I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's bad or not. It's just they're there, so everybody's FYI.
Do you want me
Wait.
to check it out?
Hold on, I think I can direct everybody's attention. Yeah, that way. Over there.
Gotcha.
Just because I want to do it.
Also pretty sneaky if you want me with you.
I can go investigate to see if it's anything to be worried about.
Did you move my token or did I do that?
You did. I haven't touched anybody's token.
Okay. Because I was over there.
Shift
Oh, I
T.
see.
You guys are all right there. Bing.
Don't jump off the edge.
Don't jump. Don't do it, man.
Don't push me because I am close to the edge. Oh, sorry.
Just because I think this is like something that. Oh, stop moving. Why are you moving? That was weird. I'm just clicking around and my token had moved. I'd like stick my snout up in the air and sniff if anything made any sense.
Okay.
Which I have advantage on perception using my smell.
Okay. Yeah, give me a perception check based on smell.
Perception, smell. Yeah, I don't know if I'm done nothing.
I think you're okay.
Oh wait, you rolled 2. Was that the first one you rolled? It was. Fuck. So you smell dirt and sweat of something dead and rotten, but not dead and rotten. A knoll. It smells like a knoll.
So is anyone familiar with gnolls? I'm not super familiar with them. I've smelled them a couple times, and so that's why I remember, obviously. But so they're not exactly the friendliest. So if everyone can just be on your guard, especially the people that are climbing up into the rocks right now.
I love unfriendly creatures.
Chaka is checking it out stealthily.
Okay.
My anchor likes them
It's
better.
Trying to get close to investigate what the sound could have come from.
Okay, from that vantage, you can't really see much, Taka. Go ahead and make an athletics check to kind of move up that shelf there without making any noise.
Could I try to say get a little acrobatic with
see a
it,
mountain
or
again.
have to
Or at
be
least the hill.
athletics?
Sorry.
You probably do acrobatics.
Okay. That's a lot better.
Yeah, easy enough as you're able to kind of creep Taka over the hill right here. Whoops. Hold on. Control Z. Everybody go back. I had everybody selected, so everybody moved. Hold on. Getting used to it. Okay. Taka, you would see this kobold with a notched arrow and another kobold with a notched arrow looking over the side and like looking for someone to shoot, but being black as well, you're able to blend into the rocks really well and just kind of poke your head up over the edge there and see both of them.
How far are they from me?
They are, hold on a second, measuring is weird. They are about 35 feet.
And there's no other cobalt that I could see.
There's 2 of them.
Okay.
Which everybody can see because Fog of War eats memory, but
Taka, at this point, he can just release an arrow. I don't think we're going to try to talk to these guys because they are ready to shoot. So he is going to shoot the closest one.
okay, go ahead and do that and we'll roll initiative.
All right. Given it is a surprise and Taka is now an assassin, I am still working out the kinks on this. Do I get advantage on this?
Oh yeah. You're
Okay.
hidden.
Well, not just that, but like the assassin thing.
Well, I mean,
So,
pick which way you get advantage.
okay.
it all adds up to rolling 2 dice. You got 25. That'll hit him.
All right. So that will get the normal damage plus my sneak attack.
What was the command to rotate again? Rotate.
Hold control and mouse wheel.
Oh.
And if you do control shift, I think it does it like faster.
Oh, does it? Nice.
Ah, there we go.
Yeah, because control by itself just does it, but like it's like
1 degree.
16th, yeah, or something like that. Yeah.
And
17.
with that,
You hear a yelp and a yowl, and the other one is able to kind of spot your thick tuft of fur across from everything now.
all right. And what about the one that I shot?
He looks pretty rough.
He looks rough. Okay. Are we in initiative or?
Yep. Go ahead and roll initiative.
Okay.
As well as loud trumpet sounds.
That's all I'm going to do now. It's just have my names be some sort of like the symbol representing Prince.
So is it my turn again?
Hold on.
All right. I'm going to go for the second guy now. Does targeting still work?
I don't believe so.
Okay.
Oh, it does. If you go to the target symbol, like the select target thing, you can.
Does it show that I've targeted this guy here?
No, it doesn't.
Okay.
But if you tell me you're going after this guy, then do that.
Boop. And is a 12 hit?
Ooh, a 12 does not hit. He is able to see your furry little triangle ears and duck behind the rock just in time for the arrow to go over his head.
Then with his movement, Taka is going to duck down and inform the group that there are 2 kobolds on the range there.
And you see Wuanu lick his lips and smile.
And that'll end my turn.
Kobold's turn. Pop that out. Oh, that still works. That's nifty. Oh, that sucks. Okay, I'll have to fix that. They have a sling. They actually have a short bow, but nothing populated, so going to fire a rock he picked up off the ground at you, Taka, cursing. The other one does the same thing.
Do I have cover?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, 17 hit, though. Yep.
Just cover
Plus
add
2.
5 to my...
3/4 cover doesn't say you have cover now. He does have angle.
Okay. So that's plus
He would move up on the bridge.
2 or plus 3?
Plus 2 is half cover. So 17 will
so
get you.
17 will hit me. Yeah.
I have the high ground, Anakin.
As he thunks you in the head with a rock for 6 points of damage, and a chittering issues forth, and he moved 5 feet there. And
I think I'm gonna uncanny dodge that.
okay.
Yeah. Why not?
And now he is going to be on the ridge where everyone should be able to see him. Is coming over the hilltop. You see 2 more kobolds. Both of them take a shot at the Loxodon that has found himself higher than them. What is our Loxodon's AC of 18? A 14 will plunk off your thick skin, doing no damage. However, the 21, this rock was his special rock. He painted it and everything, and now it thunks you for 5 points of damage on the cliff face there as they retreat a bit. 15. And Anu.
Let's see. I got 40 feet of movement. Can I make it? Oh yeah, I can get up here, right? And I peer over the ridge there, and you said targeting doesn't work?
You're able to target them, but I can't tell if you have.
Oh, okay.
I see a blue thing light up when you target them.
Oh, does he? Do you?
Yeah.
Oh, I guess there is. Yeah. Oh, cool. I'm learning too, guys. So
That's
I can't
okay.
tell.
I'm just like, that's interesting.
Okay. I don't see that, but I'll trust you. So.
Oh, it shows that we're both targeting him. There's a half yellow and half blue ring.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah. It's a 2D colored ring around his base.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. So I will target that one, and I whip a javelin from behind my back and chuck it at him as I make my way to the top of the ridge.
A 24 will definitely hit. For 9 points of damage.
And I do have extra attack. Is he still up?
He is still up.
Okay.
I believe that's a melee attack, though, isn't it?
Oh, is it?
Is
It says
Path of the Berserker.
you can attack twice instead of once whenever you take the attack action on your turn.
Oh, no. Yeah. Extra attack. That's just the 5th level. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
One more
not
javelin.
frenzy.
Cool.
Did you wish to rage before you threw this one?
Nah.
Okay.
I'm not that pissed yet. Does
All right.
sorry, did 11 hit?
11 does not hit.
Okay.
He is able to kind of find an outcropping of rock and hide behind it as the javelin soars over.
All right, that's it for Wuanu.
In your stat.
I only have 30 feet. That says 30.3, but if you'll excuse,
That's yeah, it's fine.
all right. Trying to get down to eye level. Can I see? Do I have? Ooh, no, don't move. No, stay there. Do I? No, stop moving. Well, like, because the left click's like to do this. I'm trying to see like if I have like eye line on any of them. If I have like.
I can see. Oh, let me. What is that shortcut to? Focus camera on Shift X. If you select your token and hit Shift X, it should give you the first person view. Oh, it doesn't at all.
No.
Nope. Give me like a
third person, like
Yeah.
away.
Yeah, I was looking for that. So, like, if there was like a some key combo to like latch you to like your back right shoulder for third person or whatever, that'd have been awesome.
Yeah, that'd be sweet.
I think this dude over
That would be
here,
sweet.
like, I don't want to move over there, but the guy that's number, I'm gonna say 3, not the 2, but the one that's not climbed up. That one. Yep. Does it look like I can see him? I think I can see him.
Yeah, you can see him. I can see through your eyes, like I was able to position my camera and look.
Away. Oh, and if you hold it, that's cool. The measure does highlight on their token if you grab. He's 35 feet away. Javelins, I think, can do that. Oh, I have a longbow. Never mind. I forgot I'm a fighter now. So yeah, I'll take the longbow out at Mr. Kobolded.
The arrow whizzing and clanking into the stiff shell kind of rock with sparks.
And I'll shoot another one if that's all right, since I have double attack.
Do it.
Do it.
Do it.
Now.
Get that the chopper. 15 will just hit. Wait, 1 step damage. And that one tumbles down the hill, very dead.
And I'm just gonna kind of like
Is there a way to
take the bow and poke Wuanu on the back and be like, I got one. You're falling behind.
I like a challenge.
Son of a bitch, that's the one I had for initiative.
Control
let
Z,
me-
quick.
No, it's fine. I'm just going to pull out one, stick him in the corner, and give him the initiative. That way I don't do it again. I don't know what he had, but that's about right. Somewhere in there. LTS.
Yeah, so I want to move like 30 feet forward, but I'm like perched on a cliff, and it's like it puts me in like the middle of a cliff. So I want to like,
There's 15.
yeah. So like,
So,
sure,
down there?
sure.
Sure. Okay.
I just want to thorn whip the one that's
Whip.
farther away from me, because I
Okay.
think that's like I can do that. Yeah. And just pull it towards me on top of the kobold and below it. That's like what I'm trying to do.
Okay.
So there you go, thorn whip.
Shift T. There we go.
Oh,
It's like a way easier to do it. Press Shift T and just hold right click to pan around. A 17 will whip into him and pull him 10 feet towards you. Knocking into this kobold, I'm going to have him make a dex save. Or he will be knocked prone. He is knocked prone. Oh shit, all my computer shit isn't here. Prone. There we go.
Goodness me! It looks like you're in some trouble. You should really maybe not be here anymore. Maybe perhaps go away. That'll be my turn.
The smell of that knoll fills your nose again as the wind blows just enough. You don't actually see them, but you smell them from somewhere to the east. Alrika Rockbeckner.
All right, all right, I'm going. Just give me time.
Do I know which way is east? Because there's no cardinal coordinates.
I mean, if you press Shift T, that will give you your cardinal north is up.
Okay. All right.
I'm gonna run up.
But that is a good thing. I should put like a north is this way, like a 3.
A little like compass rose or something on the map.
Yeah. I need to like find a compass rose.
Like a sweet 3D like round thing.
Fuck yeah!
It's the only kind now.
If I can,
Everything's sweet in 3D.
Everything's sweet in 3D, even spell effects.
It's the future. All right, then I'll pop out spiritual weapon by one of these kobolds down the hill here.
Oh shit! I didn't have a spiritual weapon token.
You're gonna be real mad with me later.
Yeah, I was just thinking, I was like, I wonder if he's got one else. I'll spring it on him just to see.
Nope.
All right, well.
But you know what I do have? 2D shit stands up. It's fine. I can find something.
Okay, spiritual weapon hits. Like this.
Okay.
Does it?
Which one? Left. Is it the prone one or the not prone one?
Do I get advantage on? Oh, I'll do the not prone one.
Okay. Let me find a spiritual weapon. There he is.
What's your
There you
spiritual
are,
weapon?
little bugger.
Oh, it's just a hammer with the god of. Let's see if I can even remember what.
Moradin? Smithing god?
Yeah, Morden. That'll do. I didn't write it down.
I don't know that it's going to let me drop a tile here. Yeah. Shit. Well, let me use like a measurement thing for spiritual weapon then. I'll put it a different color. We'll do that. We'll put it blue. Let me write a note down here real quick too that I need to find spiritual weapon. Something for a spiritual weapon. And a compass rose. Okay. Giggity.
Right.
Whack!
And it's in my turn. Because two actions, a move, or not 2 actions, but action, bonus action, move.
What's that? Nilbog.
You don't know.
All right, back to my turn.
Yep.
All right. How is the guy on top of the mountain looking?
Kind of rough. Not great.
All right. Taka is going to just peek up around this corner and shoot the guy.
Okay.
By any chance, is that the guy that I first shot at? Flip?
No.
No. Okay. There was something that I didn't do at the very beginning. That
You're
is
assassinate.
yeah. So it's just a normal roll.
Mhm.
Okay. Must roll the attack before
That is
rolling
cool
the
looking from the
damage.
back of Taka up there. You can tell.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
I need to ask him if there is a way to attach to like a 3/4 view or whatever, like an over the shoulder. The shoulder player. Or if
Yeah,
if there was like a keybind that could do that. A
I
19 will
looked down
definitely
to
hit.
make sure. I looked down to make sure I had like line of sight, which is kind of cool. That you could actually look. All right, and that's a normal shot. Of course, that's no sneak attack, right?
No.
All right. Then with that, he will retreat back down into Zakona and end his turn. Did it kill the guy? Kill the kobold? Or no?
Nope.
Okay.
Could
I'm just
you?
pissing him off at this point.
What is the sphere, the cube in the sphere to Uanu's left over here?
The sphere. Oh, the cube is like the measurement thing, like the bursty block, and the sphere is the spiritual weapon representation.
Okay.
It's friendly. It's from.
It's yeah.
Haruka.
It's
Okay, here's what I think Uano wants to do, and DM, you tell me sort of how this goes about. But he wants to whip another one of his javelins out, sort of hold it so it goes across, and he wants to dive at these two kobolds to his left, just to like sort of clothesline them on his way down.
I love this. One of them is prone though, but the one that the spiritual
Oh.
weapon is, if you're just trying to like essentially trip him or knock him over, we can definitely do that if you want.
No, I forgot that prone icon's there.
You could body surf the prone one down the mountain.
Totally good.
I think instead I'll just let me just check. It looks like I would be able to reach them with my breath weapon.
There is a cone measurement. Let's see.
Oh yeah, they're like 10 feet down. Oh, yeah.
Ooh.
That's cool as fuck.
That is cool as fuck.
Oops.
It's like 90s,
wow.
like StarCraft, like. Wow, yeah, that's awesome.
All right, so I will go ahead and breathe on them in the age of COVID. It's the most terrible thing that they could ever.
Get the Omicron, you fuckers.
Yeah. Oh, I get to try to rotate this and really position it. I don't know. I could go sideways. Do you know how to rotate it up and down?
Hold F and scroll your mouse wheel.
Oh, okay. That moves it down, but doesn't.
Oh, that's the elevation, and then mouse wheel should just swing it around.
Yeah, it doesn't angle it down.
Oh, yeah. I guess I don't know how to angle it.
Yeah, I'll just click it down in there, so that way it hits them. Okay. Do I just do damage or? I see.
Yep.
Okay.
Oof.
12 points of fire damage. Ooh, nice max damage.
Yeah. And I think that's it. Cause wait, do I still get 2 attacks, or is that considered?
That's an action. I mean, you have your bonus action.
I do have my bonus action. I think I'm good. Yeah. Wuanu just breathes down at them and maybe takes a step back off the edge of the ledge afterwards.
Kobold is going to get up. She's never gonna keep me down. And engage with your barbarian. This one will run up here and engage with your Loxodon friend. Control shift? Yeah.
Whoa, why did Taka go through a mountain?
I don't know. Why did Taka go through a mountain?
To get to the other side.
Is this
Oh, yes.
He doesn't want to talk about it.
He doesn't.
If that was DM, that's inspiration right there.
Our Dragonborn friend taking 6 points of piercing from the dagger. And he's got a buddy there, and 6 more points from sneak attack as this one tries to stab out at your Loxodon friend to cut the trunk. And he will, but he does not have anybody within 5 feet of him. So only 5 points of piercing damage.
Was that
The one on...
Sorry, was that both 6 towards Wuanu?
No, just the
the
6
first
was
6.
Wuanu.
Okay.
The 5 was towards loud elephant noises. Or loud trumpet noises, sorry.
Right.
How dare I? This is towards the old lady holding the rolling pin. With the barbed wire on it. Sending an arrow sneaking in to your left boobie. It hurts. And why is the kobold floating in air? He needs to be there.
He's on a little ledge, yeah.
Who's your snap?
I'm going to bonus action Giant's Might to become large. And then...
Oh, this is going to be cool.
Oop, wrong one. I'm green.
Oh, yep.
Also really cool to have a large elephant.
Yeah.
You know.
Targeted the wrong one. There we go. There's your snap.
And then I'm just going to move forward to the 2 kobolds. And with that, I have advantage on strength checks. Would that also be like a push shove strength check attack thing?
You can shove. That is a strength attack. It's an athletics.
Right. So then I'm going to make 2 athletics checks because since Wuanu didn't body surf them down, I'm going to body surf them down.
Nice.
So that's for lefty.
Oh.
The shove attack is a special action, and you can only do 1.
Oh, I can't do the 2 attack. Okay. Whoops. I'll try to figure out how to like body surf them both down. Well, that's fine.
But you can totally body surf the first one, as you got a 23.
I'll body surf the first one, and I'll use his momentum to take my trident and attack the other guy.
It's one or the other. That's your action.
Oh, action. Sorry. Yep. Okay. That's cool. I did that, and Giant Smite is a bonus action, so I did the thing. Well, that's only the action surge, but I'm not going to do that. That's me.
The kobold falling down the hill, but mostly on his hands and feet, able to stay upright and not fall backwards. He is at the bottom of the hill, though.
Okay. And I'm just kind of like coming after him, lay cannonball style.
Okay.
Try and, slide on my shell and get a little bit of air to just sit on him.
That's a big
Yeah, no, you're doing the link jump cancel.
Yeah! And that'll be me. I did my push, and then I do the flop.
LTS. LTS.
Yeah, so I basically want to do kind of the same thing that I did the last time, except I'm within 10 feet of this kobold, so I want to, like, whip the one that's in front of me behind me. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Dig it.
Yeah.
So him like
So
here?
I
If it
want
works?
to. I was thinking like down the cliff, but wherever you determine is behind me, then yes.
Oh, yeah, I see. Let me line up behind you. That would be behind you. Okay, cool. Do it.
Yeah. Let's see if that works.
Whip it good. Da-na-na-na-na.
Nope.
Bow. Sad trumpet sounds.
Sad trumpet sounds. Okay, that's cool. You're a lot more wily than I thought you would be. That's unfortunate. You're probably gonna have a way more a painful death otherwise. I will move. It's like 25. Yeah, I'll just move there. Yep. Sure, why not? Bonk.
The gnoll finally makes his presence known on top of the hill, chattering in his kind of weird language, chanting something to the kobold. Open your character sheet, dumbass.
That's a weird chant.
I know. Well, you don't understand.
A cool 3D model, though.
Well, hold on. If I can hear it. Okay, never mind. Just kidding. Never mind.
Yeah, this eruption of painful noise kind of explodes on you. Let me see. Yeah, everybody in that circle make a dex save, please. Which would be... Oh, fuck, he got one of his own guys. He wouldn't have done that. Not what
I
he's
don't know.
trying to do.
Am I in the circle? Like my hand is.
I was trying to move it there, but I didn't, like,
Ah.
see it right. Elsewhere.
Oh, well, shit. What is it, dex save?
Yeah.
God damn it.
God damn it.
Oh, do I have
Thought it was-
advantage for my danger sense?
You
I
do.
have advantage on dex saving throws against effects you can see.
Yep.
Okay.
You saw him and heard him chanting, so I would definitely count for that.
Shatter says con save on it though.
Oh, it has a con save. You're right.
Oh,
But
Is
you
it
did
a
a
con?
dex save before, so it's a con save. Yeah, the button's up there on the shatter. A 14 will succeed. A 21 will succeed. And old lady power.
It failed. She got 2.
That was a dex save. It's a con save.
Oh, it's a
Gotta
con
roll.
save?
Yeah, it's a con save.
Oh, that's different.
Chance to
much
reroll.
She's a tough old broad. She had how many kids?
Got
22.
22 kids. Yeah,
Maybe a little worn out.
16 points of damage for I can't remember anybody's names.
How?
Haurika.
How
And
Rika.
8 for loud trumpet noises and Anu.
Alright. And then Constitution saving throw for Okay, so I think I save.
It's
think
actually
my
not
spell-
concentration for.
Or what?
Oh,
Spiritual weapon's not concentration.
It's
Oh, really?
amazing. It is
It's
the
fucking
best
OP.
spell in the game.
I'll say, holy shit!
Yeah. It
First
lasts
time
for a
in
minute.
Derek, so. All right.
As a cleric, if you have that spell and you have the slots to use for it, there's no reason why you shouldn't just cast that every single fight.
Yeah. There we go. Harika, what would you like to do?
Well, I am going to just take care of this guy. I'm going to toll the dead. I'm just going to take out a little bell and I'm going to ring it, and then I'm going to. That's toll the dead, and then I'm going to swing again with a spiritual weapon. More than he never steered me wrong on this. Let's see. Toll the dead. He has to.
Get a -1.
Negative one. Oof.
I think he failed.
Yeah. Okay.
And he was hurt, so that should be 2d12s.
Okay. So I will roll. Say watch
For less damage. I hate when that happens.
Yeah.
I mean, not as a DM personally, but you know.
All right, and let's see. Spiritual weapon. Where are you? So attack. Normal. Or
It'll probably take a spell slot for that. In the future, just roll a d20 plus 5.
oh, it didn't take a spell slot for that.
Oh, it didn't? Oh, okay, good. Should have. Weird.
I think it's
No,
what
that-
13,
13 hits.
13 does not hit, unfortunately.
Okay.
I guess you can uncheck it, huh?
No, I mean you roll it down. There's standard roll attack damage info. So you can either click on it or you can just hit the damage info or whatever. Or would that be an advantage since someone's behind him? I don't know.
Spiritual weapon doesn't gain any
All right.
flanking or advantage like that. Well, this guy.
I didn't even know that these guys were even in 5e.
No bugs?
Mm-hmm.
Favorite fucking enemy. Little goblin shaman comes and slaps the kobold upside the head and grabs the arrow that was kind of sticking out and yanks. And the little squirt of blood, you can see the Nilbog with kind of like a wad of chewing gum that he plugs in the hole. You're fine. Pocket.
All right, so Taka is going to help our giant friend over on the other side by traveling over the mountain and just about 5 feet above the giant. He's going to try to land on top of the cobalt, stabbing him with a dagger. Trying to be cool with it.
I'm just imagining you yelling like a cat with like all your claws out and just going wow.
I was thinking more Assassin's Creed kind of deal, just jumping on this guy. So ultimately, I'd end up like right here. With a, let's just do it with a short sword first.
Do you have enough movement? Yeah. Okay, cool.
Let's go short sword. Would that be at advantage because he is currently engaged?
Engaged doesn't mean advantage.
Flank.
But you are flanked.
Move, yeah.
You're actually flanked. Look, no, go back to where you were because now you're up his butt, and that doesn't work.
Where? Oh shit.
I don't know, man. I think you get a sneak attack if you're up the butt.
If you're up the butt, you probably get a.
That's
Yes.
one hell of a sneak attack. All right.
That's not a sneak from there. Everybody knows what's going on. That 18 will definitely hit.
Okay. And we're gonna throw the sneak attack on that.
And he squeaks and crumples to the ground.
That sounds about right. I hope I helped. Do you want to help up this mountain? He looks at the giant.
I think I'm okay.
Okay, I didn't think I could help anyway.
Would you like help up the mountain?
I'd rather stay down here. And that'll end
I
his turn.
can throw you.
just imagine it. Flying kitty.
Huh?
Wuanu makes.
You would just.
What's that?
I would say he'd just be that scene from Shrek where Puss in Boots just like starts cartwheeling into the nights.
Oh, that'd be too much.
Wuanu makes his way up the mountain.
Please make a perception check for me right there, since that's where you stopped.
Okay.
And my active tile wasn't working. That's fucking great.
Wah, wah.
Yeah, it just seems like really kind of loose and gravelly the rest of the way up this little ridge.
Okay, and I'm going to bonus action and go into a rage. Oh wait, a rage is like mostly melee attacks, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll wait on that, and I'll just chuck another javelin at. Oops, I didn't target, but I'm gonna go for. I mean, Wuanu's not very smart. He's going for the first guy, what is that? Kobold.
Okay. 15 just hits.
Fantastic. And he takes his last javelin and unleashes it if he's still standing.
He is. This one going just to the right as the wind kind of picks up and sails over the hill, sending sand and kind of grit in your face at the same time.
All right, Wuanu tries to keep his feet on the ground, and I will end my turn.
The kobold will get down on his belly. Prone.
You see Wuanu's eyes get big.
And you can see Aru, two green vials this kobold kind of uncorks and like starts pouring down the hill towards you. This really viscous, thin green liquid starts to coat the rocks and come towards you.
Fuck.
To get back up this, do I need to jump, or since I'm just like large, can I just kind of clamber up?
I think you're large. I think you could probably clamberify.
Alright. Well, I shall clamberify.
And that's just to signify difficult terrain right there, that green block.
Alright, so I'll move there as an actione. Where did he go? There he is. And then this is the movement, and then as an actione, I would like to
No, shit.
Yeah, I'll dash to there, and then why not? We'll have some fun. I'll action surge, shablam, and I get one use of that at level 5, I think, right? Oh. Anyways, and then I'll just make 2 longbow attacks at Senior Knoll.
The first one, he kind of ducks down and curses at you with forked teeth. But as he's cursing at you, the arrow sticks him right in the shoulder, and he gasps in pain. 8 points of piercing for Mr. Knoll.
Yeah. And thingy is a bonus action. What does that do? Nope. That'll be me.
LTS.
So this is where you get angry with me.
Probably.
Don't
So
read it like that.
He's going to summon a bunch of animals, I think.
Yeah, pretty
Oh.
much.
Oh, no.
Pretty much.
That's fine. They're just going to be 2D tokens. It's good. What do you want?
Okay. So do I have to? I'm going to summon 4 half or lower. Do they have to be the same, or can they be
Yes.
different? Okay.
They have to
Okay.
be the same.
Okay. Then I'll just do 4 apes on top of the ridge and call it a day.
Ape.
Do you even have that 2D token?
Yes,
Of course
he
I
does.
do.
I mean, I could say reef shark and just be like, I don't know, they flail about like just to mess with you. Just to mess with you.
They're just shark missiles. You just summon them like 20 feet above them, and they just come down with snapping jaws.
You know, if
And
there
you
was
can
another
summon them
like
within
druid to
60
do a
feet, right?
tornado, we could do like a sharknado type of thing.
You're
Like a
totally good.
God.
combo attack.
Where do you want these apes? Around them on the ridge?
I would like them, I think. I don't know if there's room in front of them, but like
There's room for one like in front and room for one behind, but other than that, there's like no room for anything else to stand. So we can put 2 there.
okay, yeah,
Boom,
do that, and then
boom.
there's not one that can fit like okay. Whatever. Wherever they can fit, like I'm just throwing them up there. I don't have vantage on it, so I don't know exactly. I'm just like throwing them up there.
Okay. All right, we'll put them behind him. They can't
Yeah,
really
that's fine.
get to him.
I mean,
Yeah,
even the
that's
2D
fine.
on the 3D doesn't look bad.
Oh.
No, the stand-up isn't bad.
So
They get their own initiative.
yeah, I'm supposed to roll their initiative, and they all have the same. I believe that's the deal. So let me roll their initiative as a group now. I think that was what it was, right?
I think the DM does all that, actually.
Roll initiative for the summon creatures as a group, which has its own turn, which I guess you can do. Yeah, that's fine. And I just say like, attack the bad guys. That's the.
I mean, there's
Okay.
apes and there's a giant turtle and a dragonborn. I don't know about bad guys being very definitive, but okay.
It specifies in the spell that they treat like your companions friendly
good.
and like
Yeah.
so you just have to like order it to attack. So I'm just gonna like back away at that point. Is this thing dead? Is this kobold behind me dead?
No,
Oh Jesus fuck! What?
he's
People
not.
just like fucked off. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even see him.
I was going
He
to
was
get to
in
him
the
next turn.
sphere.
Rain.
I guess I'll just like hunker down over here. Maybe he won't see me.
There you go.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, Latter-day Saints is passing the turn. It's too close. Yeah.
Yeah, no, for real. Okay, well, the Gnoll doesn't like any of these apes. I don't know why. kaboom, as he lets off another shatter. Echoes through the valley. You can see all the little scorpions and all the wildlife scamper and skitter away. You, and you. 2 con saves.
No, it'd be kind of cool if they had like a thing to do it, as if like those little 2D tokens just kind of like slowly revolved or whatever when they stood up.
They do.
They follow the camera.
They follow. Yeah, they follow the.
No, I know they follow the camera. I'm just saying, like, if sort of like how in old school like video games, the little like sprites just like rotated slowly.
Yeah. That would be cool. Whoops. I did not mean to do that. Cool. I'll fix them. Right, so that will be the Null's turn. Now it is the Ape's turn to go Ape.
So we're Motley Crue. They're the gorillas.
2 fists from both sides. They fist, which does not hit, and then they fist again, which is dirty, but also misses. And then the other 2 that were back there are going to throw rocks. That will thunk the Null right upside the head. For 13 points of damage, and the other ape will throw a rock. Also smashing into the Gnoll.
Lesson learned. Monkey throw a rock good.
Monkey throw a rock good. Arika.
Alright, I think I'll toll the dead from behind and then just whack them. Just same thing. So.
Boom.
Alright, sorry.
There you go. Another negative. This one don't know shit from Shinola.
Damn.
He's one of those derpy kobolds.
The spec, you ring the bell, and this big spectral gray bell comes out of it and settles over the kobold's head, and with a loud bong, you can see goo drip out of the bell as the bell kind of wafts away in smoke. There's nothing left of the kobold's head.
Alright, then I guess I will move my spiritual weapon on my bonus action.
15 feet.
20.
Is it 20? I thought it was 15.
Yep. Towards
20.
that, and then I will walk. Yeah, I'll walk right by it. Let's see, and that puts me within. Does it put me within toll the bell? Distance. I can't. Yep, 60 feet to all of them. Alright, and that's my turn.
Okay. Jan Gerblow is going to look at the very, very big man running up the hill and kind of squeak, and you can see him pull out a little book, and he starts chattering at you in Goblin. Please make... What was that?
Sorry, I realized I didn't do HPs.
Oh, yeah, you should do HPs.
Because I only have 15 right now, which I shouldn't have.
Ginger Snap, you fall down.
This is fun, man.
Yeah, this 3D stuff is wild.
Yeah, I didn't actually. I mean, I was like, yeah, it's cool, kind of cool, but it actually keeps me more engaged. Like each player's turn, I can sort of like switch to their perspective and see what they see, and I just find it way more, engaging.
Huh.
It'd be cool if maybe there's a module for that Flip can find, where it's like when it's the active person's thing, it like goes into that like over the shoulder perspective for them.
Yeah, well, and the whole 3D canvas is so fresh that I'm sure that people are talking about it, and it'll be out soon enough.
Or especially like with the spell effects, like it again being nerdy, but I was thinking like the kill cams that you get for like say Skyrim or other games,
right?
Where like your ranger like releases the arrow on a nat 20, and you get to like zoom past the arrow as it goes through and kills a kobold or something. Be awesome.
I was learning a little Blender and messing with a STL model and painting it, and I'm trying to learn how to put bones on it to animate it. It's kind of fun.
Well, if you need extra STL models, let me know, because I have actually a small library of them that I've had printed. I shipped them off I sent a copy of the STL models to Flip, because I've designed. I think I have this guy. I've got like a halfling. I think I've got another halfling. I've got a kinku, and I think I've got a grung.
Sweet. You don't happen to have a heron gone, do you?
I do not, sadly. I haven't designed one yet.
Okay.
But
when did
Hero Forge, I think, does. And it's like $7, I think, to.
Right. Yeah. No, I found a rabbit folk that I'm using. It's not exactly custom, but it'll work for now.
What was that, Milky Toast?
Oh, I was gonna say, I don't know when Haragons appeared first in D&D lore, so.
They've sort of been around for a bit, but they weren't officially released until the Witchlight book.
Yeah, a couple months ago.
Okay. See, I wasn't know if it was I can't remember, because second edition had so many supplements.
Mm-hmm. Well, like I said, I think they existed in older editions, yeah.
I don't know where this elephant thing came from. What is that?
Luxodon came from Wildmount.
From what?
Wildmount.
They were around as well, or an incarnation of them.
I thought it was a magic,
They're around in second E.
Yeah, well, there's actually two elephant races for 5e. There's the Luxodon, and then there's something else, and they're like very slightly different elephants.
Hey, D&D Beyond let me select it, so I'm gonna pick it.
Yeah.
I mean, that was basically it. Like, he's like, anything printed, I was like, sure, why not?
Which actually surprised me, because you're a stickler for Tasha's.
I thought, at first I was gonna be like a giant or something like that. And I was like, sure, giant druid, that sounds cool. And I saw Luxodon, and I was like, well, they actually have like stats that match with a druid, so why not? Let's be a big elephant. That sounds cool.
See, I don't know. I kind of go like the opposite way with things. It's like I kind of want like more Tolkien-esque things, but like kind of like throwing a
So want Spelljammer?
well.
I'm pretty sure that's why I got all that errata and all that was because they want you to be able to talk to a beholder, because now all beholders aren't inherently evil. Because nothing is inherently evil, except for aberrations from fucking hell called beholders. But no, they're cool now.
Yeah, I was gonna say something that's literally, thinks that every single other creature in the entirety of existence is inferior to it is pretty evil.
Xenophobic, genocidal.
But that's their culture, don't you know?
That's not who they are. as a beholder.
Hate is taught.
I mean, it's a fantasy world. Yeah. I don't know. Whatever.
I'm happy in fantasy world for things to be evil because the DM says they're evil, because that's fine, because it's not like it's an analogy for real world peoples. They can just be assholes in the game.
Yeah, I was just reading an article about how they were talking about, like wheelchair characters or something, and it's like the point of a dungeon is to be inaccessible. Like, they shouldn't have a wheelchair ramp in a dungeon. It's
Right.
filled with traps and holes in the ground and shit.
See, that'd be like really cool for maybe like an artificer to have like a mechanical like spider wheelchair or something, you know?
Yeah, it'd be
Yeah.
cool.
Drow artificer.
Yeah. So they're like a drider, but you know they weren't. Maybe that's why they became an art. A character idea right there. Male drow turned away from Lolth, kind of became his own type of drider. Might be fun.
Yeah, Drider under his own rule.
Yeah, just sort of mechanical spider, more like the creepy Darth Maul.
Mhm. Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
I think we're all back. Taka, what do you want to do?
All right, so Taka just wants to get a slightly bit closer, so he's in range of this guy here, and he's going to shoot an arrow. Would you say I'm hidden? Flip.
I would say that most of them have physical line of sight to you, so no.
What if
So
I
I can
try
look.
to duck into the rocks?
I mean, that's a stealth check, and that's definitely something you can do as a rogue.
Yeah, let's bonus action stealth. Not terrible.
Actually, I have to roll. They could see you. One of them could see
Good.
you.
Good.
They do not. You are hidden.
All right. Then I'm going to still attack the person I was going for, this time at advantage with the short bow.
The
Wow.
Gnoll, a 14 will go right over its head as he looks down and sees the black cat silhouetted against the black rocks.
That is unfortunate. And that will be my turn.
Oh man, I was not prepared. My bad. Is this? You said this is like a green ooze that might be difficult terrain.
Yeah.
You'd see that it's already slippery. So you're guessing it's difficult terrain, but there is a green ooze coating the rocks.
Fuck it. Uanu is not that smart. He is going to try to cross over.
Okay. Go ahead and make a dexterity saving throw for me.
With advantage for danger sense?
Yeah, why not?
Why not?
Why not indeed?
It doesn't really matter.
It doesn't matter. So now when I put you on the ground, I know how many d6s to charge.
Oh gosh.
35, so that is 7.
Oof.
Well, yeah. One shot, baby. That's how I roll with my one shot characters.
If you don't die by the end of it, or did you even really play?
Did you even play it? Taking 23 points of damage and landing prone from a rough tumble down the hill.
And you guys hear just like this roar, and I think I'm out of the competition for killing baddies, and I'll end my turn.
This kobold is going to stand up because an ape just hit him over the head. You would hear, if anyone speaks Draconic, where the fuck did an ape come from? Pack tactics. Flagging? That's cool. What's your modifier? A 6 plus 2 plus 3. Will not do it.
You said pack tactics doesn't get advantage.
Yes. That will hit the monkey. For d4 plus 3. For 5 points of damage. The ape had 3. That's ape perishes. But I think that's the one I have flagged for combat, so gonna move him down here and ignore that he's there. There we go. That's my only kobold, right? Yeah. He's not defeated. Ginger snap.
I'm gonna take like a step back, and then I'm gonna do a running jump, and I can move. What's the rules? Up to your strength score for a running jump.
As long as you have a 10-foot. Yeah.
All right. I have 18, so can I clear the little green boxy? How big is that? Okay.
Let me look up the jump roll real quick. I don't think that's right.
Oh, I thought that was about it.
I like so infrequently jump.
I thought it was twice your strength score.
I think it's your strength, and if you don't have a running jump, it's like half. Maybe, maybe not.
I think so. Movement and position. Here it is.
Okay, so that's like 19.7 feet.
Line. But yeah, I mean, go ahead and do it this time. I'm gonna look up that.
It says when you make
Okay.
a long jump, you cover a number of feet up to your strength score if you move at least 10 feet on foot immediately before the jump.
That's right.
There we go. Exactly what it is. So then upon landing, I will bring the giant anchor I have with me down, which is just a great axe, but
On
Mr. Knoll.
I'm looking at.
Look at Knoll. Is he prone? Is that what the little thing is? Oh, it's on me. Sorry, I couldn't have done that. I'd have had to stood up, so... No, I could have done that, but then that wouldn't have been movement. What?
Oh, yeah, you were laughing hilariously, right?
Yeah, you were under the effect of Tasha's hideous
I
laughter.
couldn't have done that. I have to do the save still, right?
You do.
What was that?
Wisdom saving throw. Or charisma saving throw.
Oh, goody.
No, it is a wisdom saving throw. The DC is 12.
Let's hope I do good.
Hey.
Just hit it.
Just make it. Okay, so then I'll spend half my movement to stand up. And the jump counts as movement, so you can't do that because I would only have 15 feet. So I'll just shoot the bow at the knoll instead, twice.
Could it be part of your dash action? I don't know.
Actually, you do that saving throw at the end of your turn.
Oh, so I don't do anything. All right.
That's
See
what
you,
I was checking, yeah.
see you on the next round, guys.
But you succeeded.
I did.
I'll let you stand up, too. I mean, you'd probably roll off the hill if you didn't.
Yeah.
Loud
Especially
trumpet
if you have
sounds.
an option.
Wish there was a way to rotate tokens.
There
Like you
is.
could lay them down or something. No, I mean like
Oh.
lay them down.
Yeah, I was thinking it would be probably programmable to just make one horizontal if you marked them prone or something.
That'd be cool.
There's probably a macro or something to do it. I just don't know it yet. Sorry, Josh.
No, you're good. So this is on you. This is what I want to have happen is I want to give a command to the apes that are there to move immediately. Will they be able to do that?
On their turn, yes.
Okay, that's not going to happen. Okay. Well, I don't really know what else I'm gonna do here. That's not what I wanted to do.
Control Z works good.
Yeah, we're just gonna do an action. And a bonus action. Like 5 more feet, 4 more feet, like there, sure.
Are you going across the side of the mountain there, like hillbilly climbing?
Apparently I can, so...
apparently you should make an athletics or an acrobatics check if you wish to do that.
Okay.
That's a pretty steep hill there, buddy.
That is pretty steep.
That's what I was thinking, but it was letting me, so I didn't know how much I could get
Well,
away
I mean,
with.
it'll let you move your token wherever you want.
Well, yeah. I
have
totally.
no collision set up.
I mean, I'm saying I'll ask forgiveness later. I'm not gonna ask for permission. So we'll do.
Two. I'm married to. Go ahead and make an athletics check.
Now I think I have. Do I have I think I have. No, I don't have advantage on athletic checks. Damn it! That was the other one.
You got big floppy flat feet.
There was the like the Goliath that I was thinking about doing was advantage on athletic checks. That's why I thought it'd be cool. Anyway, I don't, but I do have proficiency.
Well, I mean, that's not nothing.
That ain't bad.
I will say that it is difficult terrain for you, but you are able to do it.
Okay, so I'm like half because I bonus action dashed, so I'm
Right.
30 back. Oh God.
Bonus action dash?
Well, fuck. What is it? Movement and then action dash.
Oh.
Is that really how far back I was?
I moved
Okay.
it 30 feet back. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
This is where the mountain goat.
Yep. That's. I mean, that's my turn. I moved.
It's difficult when it's in 3 dimensions,
It's fun.
but it is fun.
Yeah.
It's actually easier to understand, I think, in 3 dimensions. It's just like if it was in
But
2 dimension,
it's-
it would just see a black
Absolutely.
space.
Well, you can turn off. I can turn off 3D, and you can see what the 2D map looks like, and it is uninteresting and boring, and you can't read it at all.
And if you heard us, we were talking about it'd be kind of cool if there was like a module to like force perspective to the active character, so you could like see from like their point of view whenever it was like another player's turn.
Well, I happen to have the developer's ear. Force perspective. Say that again. Force perspective over the person's turn.
Yeah, so like for instance, if like the ranger, it's like their turn, they're shooting an arrow, and you have like the targeting, then it'll like do like the little animation, and maybe like even do like the little Skyrim thing with the arrow like critically hitting the target. I don't know. It just sounds really cool.
I don't know if we're gonna get there, But I
Just
do like the
person
forced perspective of looking
Yeah.
through where the character's eyes would be. Everything is set up with levels and everything has an elevation, so I don't see why that's not possible, you know?
Yeah.
Anyway, there's a Null here, and he is a mean SOB, but he does not like these apes, so he's going to send 2 Eldritch Blasts. I don't think that hits an ape. What is an ape's AC? 12. Sending out another sickly purple forked lightning. This one hits the ape and blasts him, jolting for a split second. The ape becomes semi-transparent as he is electrified and thrown down the hill. And the Null is going to move here and kind of push the goblin forward, or the goblin looking at Nilbog. Haurika.
Let's see. How Rika is going to. Oh, I thought I moved closer. Okay, bonus action, move that weapon closer, and then.
Let me measurement.
I can probably just about see that knoll still.
Let me yell up my top view. Yeah, he's back there.
Alright.
Do you have the cube thing out of the way?
Yeah. Well, he's been shattering us. I'm going to shatter him.
It's nice to return the favor.
At 3rd level.
Ooh. Piece of candy.
Sorry. Did that actually use up my spell slot? It did.
Both of them fail.
Okay, yeah, I'm trying to avoid the thingy. Yeah, both of them. Try and get. Is that a kobold? Yeah, try and get him too. And then I will maximize the damage with my.
Well, here's the thing. Since you're targeting the Nilbog, he has the thing called Nilbogism. So before you do this spell, you need to make a DC 12 Charisma saving throw.
Nilbogism.
Instead of casting the spell, you feel compelled to lament and see how the top of this goblin's hat and his ears just are so adorable.
Okay, so I don't waste the spell slot then?
You
or-
don't. You don't.
Okay. Alright, I'll redo the spell slot and I will contemplate the beauty of his hat.
The little bells jingle and jangle.
I feel like that's a Gygaxian thing.
No bogs are definitely Gygaxian. Yeah.
This one will look over the side of the cliff and see a huge fucking elephant scaling the side of a mountain.
Bye.
And he is going to cast hideous laughter on you because it would be really funny if you fell down, right?
It would be.
It would be hilarious.
Ooh.
But the strange, weird squeaks that are coming out of the goblin don't seem to affect you at all. It's like he was trying to buy you a drink, maybe? You're just not sure. It was really weird.
I really appreciate it, but I don't swing that way. Thank you, though.
He looks upset and moves back. Taka.
All right. So Taka is going to
Keep in
spend.
mind that this area is difficult terrain right here.
Yeah, the little ridge
Yeah,
line.
the ridge. Yeah.
So Taka is going to spend his bonus action movement to dash and use. So it's 30, 60, 90 plus, so 180 with feline agility. Do you think that's enough to get up the back of this mountain? Like,
Back, like
Taka,
right there.
yeah, like on the ridge, but literally behind them.
Yeah. Let me see. Let's measurify using the measurify tools. It's about 100 feet there. If you go straight up, you'd have to make an athletics check or an acrobatics.
Not going straight up.
If you were like gonna go that way, that's 120, and then that's another 40. That's 160. If you climb that shelf right there, yeah, then you could do it.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go right there then, and
But as soon as you get to right here, you need to make a dexterity saving throw.
okay. A dex saving throw. I'm actually kind of
right
good
there.
at those.
Does the cat always land on its feet?
You step talking in your haste, going so fast, you don't even realize the three rocks that have been set at the weird angles as your foot goes down into a hole and you feel this sharp piercing in your calf.
Ow.
You got punchy stick.
Oh, this should be only one of those. So 8 points of piercing damage, and you are grappled.
Ooh. Is this something that I could uncanny dodge?
It's a dex save, but I mean, not. Your foot fell in a hole that they disguised, and it had a blade trap in it.
Yeah. Okay. 8 points. 5 damage. Cool. That will end my turn.
The most canny of adventurers know never to follow a kobold.
Okay, I'm way down here. I take half my movement to stand up and become unprone. I'm going to... half my movement is 20, so I'm going to just kind of start to make my way towards this area here, but I whip out my my little boomerang, and I'm going to go for the little jester little dude.
Please make a DC 12 charisma saving throw. As the second you see this creature, a tingling comes over you that you are just not used to.
Charisma save, huh?
Sorry, I think I had you over there.
Oh, there it is. Yeah.
But I mean, it passes pretty quickly, and you still feel like you should kill him.
Excellent.
He's got the thirst for blood.
Did you just move me? I was kind of thinking of going around the easier slope, unless Wanu thinks he could just climb right up.
It would be difficult terrain for sure in an athletics to go straight up, but if you wanted to go the easier path, no check is required.
Yeah, I was gonna go this way. So I whip out, yes, my boomerang and chuck it at him. Jester guy.
It flies up and kind of clips a piece of rock that was jutting out and just kind of sends the boomerang into a wavering arc that coming back you kind of have to really concentrate to catch.
Do I catch it?
You catch it.
Oh, good. Whew. That's the end of his turn.
I think you may not have to do that if you're mindless and you're still raging, because I think that was a charm.
Oh, I haven't been raging at all.
Oh, never mind then.
Calm as a cucumber.
Who's gonna snap?
So question, because I was going to see about this last turn, but I don't want to interrupt. So the stone rune says, in addition, when a creature you can see ends its turn within 30 feet of you. So that would be like the Nilbog when he stopped his turn. I could use that as a reaction. I think I can post it. Can I post it? I think I could just do it. Here, let me hit it so you can see what I'm talking about.
Oh, I don't like that. Boy, that's nuts. A minute?
Yeah.
Charm for a minute. Well, I guess all the other normal charm things would. So you're doing that on the Nilbog?
Well, I was curious because I can only use that as a reaction when another creature ends its turn. I didn't call it last turn, so I was curious. Like, do they have to have a turn and then end within 30 feet of me, or like when I do it on my turn? I was trying to read that to figure it out. I've not played a Rune Knight in a while.
No, it's whenever the creature ends within 30 feet of you. It's since it's a reaction. So
Yeah, so I'll try to use my reaction against the Nilbog.
okay. Okay. Yeah, he would have advantage on that.
Basically, it's nat 20. Sorry, I just did it again to consume usage. All right, well, that was the reaction, and then I'm going to. You said this is difficult terrain, right? So
Yeah, it's covered with a green slippery ooze.
all right, and that's what 20 feet. So that'd be 40 feet to move to the end of it. So I guess I'd have to go.
Where's my measure?
That shows me at 20.4 there. So I'd have to go there.
Are you jumping across it?
Oh, I could do that too. Yeah, I'll do the jump. I'll do the 10 feet back and then jump.
Okay.
Let's see. That's a thingy, right? See if I do good. Not the best jump. And I still have like a few feet that eliminate it from being difficult. So I'm just gonna kind of walk up to Mr. Nilbog, and I'll try to give him a bonk. But I have to do, what was it, DC 12 charisma?
Right.
Okay, this will be good. Hey, wasn't bad.
Hey.
Alright, and then I'm gonna give him a whack with the giant anchor.
A 12, however, will not hit, as seeing that his charms have not worked on you, he kind of squeaks and ducks and gets real low to the ground. The anchor kind of clangs next to him, pinching one of the tricorns on his hat, but not the goblin itself.
Fair enough. And then I'll do attack number 2. Also a whiff.
And And very scared of you now, he grabs onto your anchor as you lift it up and try to throw him off by clanking it down again. And he's able to kind of jump off before smashing it into the ground.
All right. And I don't think I want to do anything else. I think I'm good. I'm still large for another 7 rounds or so.
I wish I were big. Loud trumpeting sounds.
Yeah, from my vantage, I can only kind of see a little bit of not the tricorn person, but the other person, the other thing. Yeah,
Oh.
so
Could, like, as a bonus action, just put the anchor down as something for Trumpet to grab onto.
Sure.
All right.
I like that.
Try to give you a handhold.
okay.
If you want to get closer.
I'm kind of stable where I'm at. Yeah. No. I might take it. I might. I'm just kind of. I don't know. I'm gonna thorn whip this thing and see if I can yank it off the cliff.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's see what happens.
Lashing the whip out, he would have a little bit of cover on you, but not enough as it grabs him and you pull him 10 feet out into space where he gets to fall.
Just a Wilhelm scream.
That's 10 feet. So I will let him do a dex save since he is right on the edge there.
Don't push
me,
me,
for sure.
Cause I'm close
good
to
save.
the edge.
Yeah, he clambers, just holding on with his fingertips, but is now face to face with you. Go and do damage.
Okay, cool. Can I, like, for funsies, not for actual damage, just like lap him with my trunk? or like even better, just like blow in his face, just like.
You absolutely can.
Sweet. Yeah, I mean that's an action on my part, so I don't really have bonus actions, right? Bonus actions. Oh, that's a bonus action? Wow, that's shit. Wow. Okay. Yep. No bonus actions. That's me.
Well, the Knoll doesn't like this at all, so he is going to attempt to climb up and take a opportunity attack from you.
Yeah, can my opportunity attack be more like just holding them so that they can't get back up?
It absolutely can. Make an athletics check.
Sweet.
Just wrap your trunk around his ankle and throw him back off.
That's kind of like, yeah, I don't care. I'm not trying to do damage. I just don't want them up there. Wow.
Yeah, trying to grab onto him. He is very slippery, and at the very least, you try to grab onto his shoe with your trunk, and you come away with a very smelly goblin shoe.
I throw the shoe at them. Actually, no, I throw the shoe down the cliff because now they've got to walk around without a fucking shoe on. That is annoying as hell.
Hey, also in the desert where like the sun's like burning sands. Oh yeah.
Now the Knoll's up here, and he's got apes to the left of him and clowns to the right. Here I am, stuck in the middle with you.
Yeah, and he's stuck in the middle with the Nilbog.
He has an 11, still will not hit an ape. So we're going to try one more time at disadvantage. Because it's right next to him. This time he will catch him with the sickly forked lightning for 6 points of damage.
Run them off the cliff!
Athletics check. trying to run them off the cliff. Oh shit!
He's doing the Donkey Kong with the barrel, tossed him off. Or
Oh
not.
my god.
Wow.
That is some bullshit.
He needed
In
it
his
though.
chest with both hands, fangs going. The ape grabs the knoll. The knoll slams his staff down and becomes big and hairy and bristly, and his hair becomes coarse, and it punctures the ape's hand, and he has to let go. Harika.
Yeah, Eureka. Well, what I was gonna do is see if I can't do that again, but this time I'm going to just do a shatter. I don't want to call light. Well, I suppose I could just call lightning.
My ape is just a fae. It's okay. Just kill him.
Yeah.
Got 3 hit points left anyway.
Yeah. Well,
Just-
I mean, I guess I'll just do the normal shit then. Bell. I'll move this forward. The spiritual weapon forward. And attack, and then I'll just bell toll this. Oh, fuck it, no. Might as well just, I'll shatter him. And use my special thing to super shatter him. See, that's what I hate is when I go back and forth on things like this. Like, I could do it this way. I could do it this way too. So yeah, I'll just go somewhere that won't hit. I'll shatter the ape and shatter everyone but my friends.
All right, please make a DC 12 charisma saving throw.
Oh, I didn't target him this. Well, she wouldn't know. I'll just make the saving throw.
You do so. Now he's
Aha.
really fucked. Now he's proper fucked. As he fails his con save, and the Gno fails his con save.
What about the ape?
The ape's toast either way.
Ah.
Yeah,
He's
see,
got
is
3
that
hit
one?
points. Ooh, max damage.
Yeah, so at level 3, what is that? 3d6?
24.
They're 3d8s.
3d8. So
3d8
24.
and then one more, so 48. So 32?
Yeah.
16, 32, yeah. 32 points of damage on Mr. Gno, whose ears start to bleed. The Nilbog's hat is blown off. He is barely able to hold on to his scepter as they are both bleeding out their ears, eyes, and buttholes, respectively.
Well,
Damn.
Would you like to do anything else, you crotchety old lady?
eh. Nope, I'm good.
Yeah, the Nilbog is going to cry a little bit. And he can disengage as a bonus action. And is going to see a kitty in his trap.
Here, kitty, kitty, kitty.
Please make a DC 12 wisdom saving throw.
Definitely Gygaxian.
You must have one or more controlled tokens. Okay, there we go. Yeah.
And just the way that he said kitty just gets on your nerves, and it's like somebody is like rubbing you the wrong way for 4 points of psychic damage and disadvantage on your next attack.
All right.
It's your turn, Taka. Oh,
Okay. Can I reaction half that by any chance? I know this
no,
is a
because you can't
vicious
move.
mockery, so
No, it's a dex save and that's a wisdom save.
okay. I'm gonna try to get myself out of this trap.
Okay, go and make a strength saving throw for me. You're able to reach down the hole and find the contraption and bust it loose from your ankle.
Out of deck save. Okay.
It's not so much of a dexterity thing as being able to break the binds, which you do.
Okay. That was highly unlikely. I will. Oh, fuck it. I'm going to move closer to. Is a little goblin guy, and him hurting my feelings. I want to make this personal with a dagger.
Okay, you may do so at disadvantage. What are you doing with that?
So I take it that misses.
That does not hit.
That's okay. My short sword hurts more.
Would you have to make the save anyways?
Yeah,
for this?
I was about ready to catch myself. Like you really need to make a charisma saving throw before you could even try that.
Okay.
Definitely get Gexy.
Charisma save.
No, and instead of stabbing with your dagger, you find this goblin fascinating.
Oh, fun. Okay. So I would be. Why is it putting me like on the edge? I want to be on the platform.
Hold
Okay,
shift.
whatever. Hold shift. Okay, there we go. Oh, it moved me back. Shift.
I think that's probably because I was doing it too.
Okay. So yeah, then I don't attack it. Can I attack the other guy?
Actually, you used your action to break free of the trap, so you can't attack anyone.
It's just like I forgot how to play D&D.
Yeah, me too for a second there. It's fine.
All right, that ends my turn then.
All right, Wano just keeps making his way up. I'm wondering if I could. Oh, that would probably require. Well, would it be? I had 40 feet of movement down at that bottom ledge. Do you think I could get to the top or no? Probably. That's about 30 feet.
Yeah, I don't see why not.
Okay. Any checks to climb?
Nope. Since you went that route, you have plenty of handholds, so you're able to get up.
Fantastic. I will finally go into my well-deserved rage with the frenzy and whatnot, the whole kit and caboodle. Oh, the frenzy attack is a bonus, is that
Yeah.
right? Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's a bonus, and you can make a single melee attack with that. So you get 3 attacks, essentially,
Oh, great.
if you use your action and bonus action.
Hell yeah.
After your first one, I think.
Well, yeah, because you raged with your bonus action this time, but...
Gotcha. See, I'm new to the whole being a player thing, so thanks, y'all. All right, here we go.
Whack, whack.
With my great axe, targeting homeboy. That would be the knoll.
19 will hit, homeboy, Noel.
Excellent. Oh, boo. I reach around again with a swing as you see my eyes light up.
He turns to face you as you deal the second blow, catching it in the chest, being lifted up and thrown off the mountain, dead before he hits.
Fantastic. I guess I don't need my frenzy because I'm out of movement. And I can't. Could I use. Let me just see.
Whoops.
The frenzy attack, is that melee or does it melee?
It's a melee. It's a single melee attack.
Gotcha. Okay, I'm done.
No more kobolds, but we have a ginger snap.
A ginger snap.
Keep defeated.
All right, 30 feet is like just, I think just here. I'm not technically flanking with Taka, am I?
Technically, let me look. You know what? Given
am
his
more on the-
precarious advantage, I would think that yeah, you have advantage there. I like that. Situationally, it makes sense because he's on the edge there.
Being surrounded.
Yeah, absolutely. But you do need to make that DC 12 charisma saving throw before you raise that big old great axe against him.
I don't want to. I'm not good with charisma.
I know nobody is. It's their dump stat. But you don't find this little goblin so cute and adorable this time as you bring it down with a 22, chopping into the meat.
Is it every one of our dump stats? It's the only one that might not be is the druid.
Points of slashing.
And chop 2.
Whack! As this one definitely goes straight into the neck bone.
Oof.
Ooh, for max damage.
Oof.
Cutting this little goblin down the neck and down the chest, and just keep going until your big anchor hits dirt and a piece of goblin falls to the left and a piece of goblin falls to the right.
Oh, no.
And that is all of the enemies. Have it costed you this day?
Yay!
Oh, that fall really got to me, fellas. And I dropped to my knees, holding my broken ribs or whatnot.
Weren't we supposed to like go find some stuff and not necessarily just like fight on a cliff in like a very dramatic way, but like, were we searching for something?
Yeah, what that crazy lady was talking about. Yeah,
Yes.
some sort of soul of a god or whatever.
Is there a soul of a god around here anywhere?
I hope not.
I don't see one.
I start sniffing the bodies.
They smell like dirt and sand.
Ew.
So, since you said I got like the neck bones and not like the head, can I try to get the jester hat and just place it on Taka's head?
You absolutely can.
Oh, God.
I got you a gift.
Don't know if it quite fits my style.
But you're supposed to put bells on cats so you can find them.
That's not exactly... I see what you did there. Taco will take the hat and put it in his backpack.
And then eventually I think I shrink down. Back to...
Oh yeah,
still
you would be little again.
So what's the plan from here?
I guess we started looking.
Continue walking.
Wuanu makes his way down to check out the knolls, make sure there's, just check, see what he's got on him.
He does have a fairly nice staff that has a sharpened point at one end that has been dipped in some kind of metal to make for an effective stabbing implement. The other side has this bluish kind of gem that floats at the top of it that he was definitely using as some sort of spell focus.
All right, I take those things.
I don't know what I'm doing.
That is all I have for you guys. I didn't expect you to shatter and do 30 points of damage. My timing's a little off there.
That's
That was
fair.
that was really fun because even though that was a relatively simple encounter, it's actually a lot more fun. We get to 3D on there. Actually figure out like your angles and stuff.
Yeah, so like one of the biggest things that I found was really neat was the fact that I was able to look from the enemy's perspective to see if they had a line of sight of me.
Mm-hmm.
Using
Yeah, that's
that
cool.
to my advantage. And I think, yeah, that was honestly like the
I
coolest
think just
part.
being able to see anybody's point of view is, fuck, that's huge.
And also it
Yes.
makes you play, I think, more into your terrain. Like so many times in D&D, it takes like people to be like more experienced players before they start think about like, can I throw this dude off a cliff? And this just lends you to
Yeah.
be like, yeah, no, man, there's a cliff right here. I want to push someone down that. That looks fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, very rarely in my games do I have somebody going, I want to push you there, but that's just because I think they can't see that like it's a really far drop. You know what I mean? Like that would
Yeah.
be the tactical thing to do.
Right.
Yeah, telekinetic is like dependent on the terrain. That feat is like crazy. The fact that you
it'd
can
be-
have like a magical hand that can push at 30-foot distance. It's pretty
Yeah.
nuts.
You know, it'd be a
Or-
really cool map to see in a 3D terrain.
This one.
The Curse of Strahd hill with the dead tree on top.
Of
Oh, yeah.
Yester
Oh,
Hill.
that would be badass.
Oh, that would be so cool to see in a 3D terrain.
Especially if you have the effigy.
Oh yeah. Oh, that would be fucking badass.
That would be freaking nuts. And then throwing like the giant like tree man in there. Oh, that'd be so cool.
Let's see. I wonder if they added any new maps today. They had an update.
Some of us have played with Flip a few times before.
Oh, this one's gonna trip your fucking mind out. You're gonna lose yourself.
I don't have vision on this scene.
I really
That's
would
'cause I was
love like
moving
a
Oh, I probably have to make 3D. Hold on, I have to press a couple buttons and then reload it.
now if you did like your like Shadow of the Colossus style map with the gnome dude with like the 3D, that'd be sick as well. Actually having to like climb up the guys.
Oh shit.
I was
cave?
curious about that. Yeah, because like
Oh, that'd be
multiple
so cool.
levels, like look at the little like ramps 'cause you
Damn.
can actually like climb up it.
Holy shit.
I was gonna
Mhm.
comment on that. I was like, because I accidentally like rotated too low in the mountain, and so I got like under it, and I could see like the texture on the roof, and I was like, that'd be really cool. Because then like, if you could somehow figure out how to texture the roof, like if you did
Yeah.
have like a rogue that had like spider climb boots or whatever, you know,
Oh, that would be so cool.
because then you could like rotate upside down and look down from your point of view and be like, oh, I can see that guy under me, and yeah, this is awesome.
The fucking this is top notch, really.
Because then like over here you can see like the
I
walls.
was
running
gonna do an encounter in
forward.
here, but I wasn't comfortable enough with moving tokens yet.
Yeah, no, this would be kind of crazy.
Wow.
Here, I'll throw your tokens out here and just play with it and just see how hard it is,
How you could
Yeah,
or how easy it is.
If we're
Either
done
way.
early, I'm just gonna take off.
Okay, man. Thanks for coming.
Yeah, bud.
Yeah. Thanks for the game. It's interesting.
Yeah, because like I like this because you can see like on the wall there's like the reinforcements which would make you think, hey, that's got like some more handholds. I could climb that area easier or whatever else.
Who else do I not have dragged out there?
Uh,
Ginger Snake.
Ginger Snap, Turtley Boy.
We're smaller than I thought we'd be. That's interesting.
This is a massive cavern. I think you copied another.
Oh yeah, I did. Hold on a second. Ginger Snap, come on out. There we are. Oh, I didn't color you yet.
This is nuts, Flip.
Oh, did you see these like little things in the bottom, like these little pieces of vertical wood, like
Yeah.
That's crazy. Like you could just get half cover and quarter cover all day long down there. It'd be like a little.
So
And this really, like, the darkness really helps you like imagine what this would be like for like actual night vision or torches and stuff with the 3D like zones on it now.
If you press Shift T again and give you the top down, that's like the best way to like see all of it.
can you create walls on it?
Yeah.
Okay.
There's
Just saying, like, because it's a 3D space at this point. So like, I'm on a bridge, but I can just like walk over to the like I'm now on a wall.
right.
Like, that's so.
Well, but you can still do that. You just fall.
Well, to
Right, but, like-
navigate, you could also hold F and kind of use the mechanic.
Yeah,
of
if you hold
flying.
F and use your mouse wheel, it helps with the elevation in that.
Which that's also good for just like
But-
the spells and druids and stuff for flying. Now you can actually have like the elevation changes.
Yep.
Be quite visible.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be.
It does put like a lot more of the onus on the player to know the controls to be able to navigate the area.
It is a little still clunky, but it has gotten a lot better in the short time that it's been around. So I can
Yeah.
only imagine he released an update today.
I think maybe like a get closer to your character too, because it feels like I drag my character, then I have to zoom into where the character's at and like drag the map. Like maybe
Yeah.
It's like the zoom
60
slows
feet.
down after a while. Did you notice that?
Yeah.
yeah, I think it's like it decreases its power or something, and then like
Yeah.
using like the
Until
right
you
mouse button
reset
to
it with
drag.
Shift T.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Shift T or Shift R, and then it all goes back. So a couple little hurdles, but I mean overall, I think that's viable to do for battle scenes, and that's really what I wanted to see.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, this is like a super complex battle map where you've got like
Oh, this is
multi
another
layers.
one.
Yeah, so
Most of them would be like, I don't know.
And like being able to snipe from like the
to-
second thing to the top one, you can actually see like the angle now to see if you do have it, not just I can see them, but can you actually see them? This is awesome.
Right.
Imagine trying to explain this as a 2D map to your players.
Well, this is like 10 maps for your players because you're having to have them jump from level to level to level.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like
That's
even
cool.
this canyon, this is awesome.
This is pretty cool.
And this would make
You know why they have the bridge there? What the fuck? The bridge is going to nothing.
yeah.
Bothers
So-
me. I don't know why.
No, it would bother me too, but this
Like water
this
combat
is making me
as well.
think of the hill of Curse of Strahd, the one that I was describing.
Oh, yesterday?
With, like,
Really?
Yeah, with the pillars and stuff like that. Like there were walls that like prevented angles, and it was kind of just like this, or at least this is what I was thinking in my head. But seeing like a 3D map just lays
Yeah, it
out
was
for you.
kind of like this on top of the hill.
Yeah, it's just
And water
Something
combat
to-
too. Like you could actually do water combat. Like because it's a 360
Oh,
degree bubble.
yeah, I
with
could
the up
see
and
that.
down and
Could actually be like, okay, I want to swim this far.
yeah, and it would make sense.
I don't think they made the water like opaque enough here.
Or like
But-
airships.
I don't
This
think.
is
Yeah,
cool.
that's a solid water. That's pretty cool too.
Yeah.
I mean, putting
But yeah,
some
if you
opaque-
did an opaque water, it wouldn't be that hard.
Yeah.
Oh, that one's a cool one. Stairway to Nowhere. Like all their stock maps I could never use because they're just not right for anything, but they're cool to look at.
It shows you what's capable.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. Oh, that one I didn't load it on 3D. Hold on.
I know 3D, like making 3D maps takes a long freaking time, but like with time you can get better at it too. So if you wanted to really throw something at your players to really blow them out of the water, that would be something that'd be really cool.
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh,
This would
wow.
be cool for some like nightmare, like something that someone's going through.
I got the static effect on that one block. Oh, that's gnarly.
Yeah. Like the portal at the very top too. There's like just a little white light portal.
Yep. Good times.
Cool. Pretty freaking cool.
Oh. Well, I'm gonna go find some more 3D maps, and
I was saying
All
that's the thing too. I'm sure that we're nerding out from the play side, but I'm sure like the more artistic design folks are just having a fucking field day with this.
not too many people have. There's only like a couple hundred Patreons that even have the module.
Wow,
Like you
maybe
guys-
give it a little bit longer. But I'm
Well,
sure
no,
once they get their
once it
hands
gets
on
out,
yeah.
once this, because it's on the early access forum. Once it gets onto the general release, yeah, then I think it's going to get a lot more support. But from what's already out there for just 3D printing and 3D modeling, there's already there's more out there than you could ever want if you wanted realistic scenes. When they start making the fantasy scenes and the Star Wars shit, that's what's going to be cool.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.